In one sense, the year is flying by, and in the other sense, this is the longest year I may have experienced in a very long time. Hi, my name is Michael Knipp, and it is somehow June. And in lieu of a normal TBR video where I give you a plan that's like defined of the exact books that I want to read, I'm just gonna kind of give you an overview of what to expect from my channel for this month. So I'm still gonna call it my June TBR, but it may be different than other TBRs that I've done in the past. So first of all, June is the beginning of Stormalong 2020, which is the Stormlight Archives read along. I think a lot of you people that are seeing my channel are very aware of that, and I am psyched to bring you more Stormlight Archive content as I go through that series slowly, kind of deep diving into it and trying to think of fun, creative video ideas that I can do bouncing off of that topic. So yeah, there's going to be Stormlight content. Second of all, if you remember those Twilight videos that I made that I absolutely loved, that series surprised me. I didn't expect to love it as much as I do, but I do. I just finished New Moon and I watched the New Moon movie, so expect more Twilight content. After New Moon, I plan to continue on into Eclipse. I'm having a blast there, and I'm excited to try to compile my thoughts and share them on New Moon. It's gonna be a doozy, I think. I've made the joke before that my channel is going to be like exclusively Twilight and Stormlight for a little bit. That's not entirely true, but it's kind of true. Something that I talked about in my last month's TBR that I really would like to get to this month are some of the books that I've been getting from the Book of the Month book club or whatever. The guest list, which is like a murder mystery. The Sundown Motel, which is what I hope to be a Pacific Northwest vibe story that's about like a haunted motel that's actually not in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm hoping that it's like that. I think there's a word for it. What is it called? Supernatural realism? Is that what they call it? Where there's like magic in a real life scenario? I don't know what they call it, but I'm hoping it's actually about a haunted motel and not some Scooby-Doo thing. I would really like to read Elantris this month because of the Stormlight Archives being such a huge part of my life and my channel. Not just for the Stormalong, but also in general. I'm trying to catch up on the Cosmere because the Stormlight Archives was the first stuff that I read there. I'm trying to read Elantris, and it just took a slight back burner while I was doing some Twilight stuff, but I might try to get that in because everyone that I know talks about Mistborn and loves Mistborn, and I would like to get to that. And before I start Mistborn, I would like to read Elantris. That way I can do like some weird backwards justification of trying to like read the books in published order, even though I did it all wrong already. I've got library books coming, but I keep pushing them off. That includes like Crooked Kingdom, the first book in the His Dark Materials series. I think Red Sister's on there. But there's also been like some Kindle sales where I picked things up. Like I picked up Spellslinger and Rage of Dragons and The Shadow of What Was Lost. Like there's all these books that I want to read that I now just have access to, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I've been mood reading like crazy. But for real, something that's going to take a big priority for me is a book called Malice by John Gwynne. And leading up to this, Malice is a series that I've been really interested in. I originally heard Brittany from Plants and Paperbacks talk about it, who then got Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative to talk about it a lot because she loved it. I was getting like strong Diablo, like the video game Diablo vibes from it. Diablo 2, Diablo 3, those are games that are very near and dear to me. The story of like angels and demons fighting over humans and like the mortal realm and the immortal realm, kind of that kind of vibes. I was getting strong vibes from that, and that is a series that I've wanted to check out for a long time, but it wasn't at my library and it didn't line up, and I have received my first official book mail, and I'm so grateful. Leslie over at the Nerdy Narrative gifted me my very first book mail as a booktuber. The first book, Malice, in that series. And so I am going to like prioritize that like right now because honestly, that was such a kind and like completely unexpected and completely out of nowhere wonderful surprise. Like I'm just overwhelmed with how cool that is and how generous that gift was. So Leslie, thank you. I'm going to be reading that like very soon, and I do expect to love it. I can't make any promises, but I do expect to love it. It sounds like it's probably gonna just be my jam. If any of the books that I mentioned are something that you want me to focus on, please let me know in the comments down below. If you're here for the Stormalong content, let me know that you're hyped for that, and I'll do some focusing on that. And if you're here for the Twilight content, let me know you're hyped for that, and then I'll focus on some of that. I'm just kind of trying to see what you guys are in the mood for, because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm in the mood for, and I'm having fun. See, at the beginning of this channel, which is not that old at all, I was doing a lot of reading. I was just like buzzing through books. Lately, I've been reading through books slower, and then like thinking about them longer, and then trying to like make videos that have more than just my surface level thoughts. That is to say, they're not like literary analysis or critique, but like I'm trying to come up with something interesting to say about them, because I'm trying to think about them more in my own head. And I've really been enjoying that process. So yeah, I am reading less books, but I feel like I'm getting more out of it. And I also feel like I'm making better videos about the books that I'm reading at this new pace. And if you've been watching those videos and you do know what I'm talking about, and that's working for you, and you think that there's some books that I should read that would make for really good, thoughtful videos in the style that I've been doing them, let me know, because I am always down for something that allows me to do whatever it is I do better. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that June is a productive reading month for me. I'm hoping that June's videos are a fun creative outlet for me to just express the passion that I have for reading and for the stories that I have been reading lately. And I'm hoping that as a country we can take some strides forward so that it doesn't require a national protest and public shutdown for a murderer to be charged with the murder of someone that they were supposed to be protecting. And I think that this is a time when a lot of people who try to talk a lot about things really quickly should probably just stop and spend a lot more of their time just listening to what people are saying and to what people are going through and to how people are hurting. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.